There was a time, not too long ago, really, that, being called something like a fascist or a Nazi, that would offend somebody. But nowadays, it seems the Democrats just think of all of us Republicans as Nazis and fascists and horrible people, racist, Zionist, whatever else you want to call us, that we're not. But, okay. And I'm noticing this phenomenon where these words are losing power more and more every time the Democrats use them. Um, it's almost as if, using a word over and over again wears it out a little bit and maybe doesn't have the same effect, as it once did. Um, and I mean, that's too bad for them, isn't it? Because I mean, Nazi is really all they have. That and Islamophobe, a transphobe, whatever, whatever. But all these words, I mean, even racist, like, there was a time not too long ago where being called a racist was terrible, People are like, no, I'm not, no, I'm not. Now it's like, yeah, sure, whatever. You don't even know me. Like, call me what you want, you don't have no idea who I am, or, whatever. But it's like, these people just assume these things about other people, and it's like, man, you would think with so many Nazis in this country, there'd be some kind of, mass death or, just some kind of horrible tragedy, where a lot of people would die. No, no. I mean, really, if you want to call, you know, ICE like the Gestapo and shit, like, no. It's like, stop comparing, you know, these small little things that are happening nowadays to horrible things like the Holocaust and, shit like that. I mean, it's not cool. Like, why are you going to demean what happened in the Holocaust by calling people Nazis when they're not? They're clearly not. Like, it's, um, it's unbelievable. I can't imagine going around not even knowing a person and just saying, hey, you're a Nazi because, you like Trump, or whatever. You like this politician or that politician. And it's like, I think you're only really a Nazi if you supported Hitler, really. But I mean that's just me. Um, Maybe there, but I mean you guys gotta let me know. I mean why do people do this? They think that what the sad thing is it actually does work on a lot of people, and it's starting not to though, right? Is the thing, because at first everyone's like, oh no, don't call me racist or transphobe or Islamophobic or whatever the fuck else. They would fight tooth and nail. Oh no, I'm not. I am not racist. No, no, no. I have black friends and this and that, and you know, I support this and that. But it's like nowadays people are just like, you know, whatever. You don't know me. Go ahead and make assumptions all you want, because you have no idea. So and I think it's really funny when people do that. They're just like, they have no idea who this person is or what they're all about, but they're gonna assume, hey, yeah, you're fascist and you're a racist and this and that and you supported Hitler and blah blah blah. It's like, nah, no, none of that actually. Like, none of that. Because most people don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, most people are not fascists. Most people are not fucking Nazis or anything crazy like that. I mean, yeah, we do have some racists out there and whatnot, but it's like, it's not as bad as it was, in the '60s or something. You know what I mean? So I mean, come on, you know, um, that's definitely gotten better. So yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Like, people need to. It seems like people. I mean, they're just done. They're just done with it. Like, and I think it's the whole white guilt thing too that's really just driving the nail in the coffin. At least for me, because I'm like, why should I feel guilty about being born white when nobody can, nobody really has control of what color they are born as, like, what ethnicity they are, or where in the world they're born. Um, So to me, I always keep that in mind. Like certain people just grow up around bigotry and hatred, and they just become that themselves, you know. And I understand that, but the way these libtards are going around calling all of us Nazis and everything, I mean, they have no idea how brutal the actual Nazis were. Like, if you think that Donald Trump acts like Hitler, I mean, you're really mistaken. Like, you're very, very off base there, because, yeah, he's nothing like Hitler. Yeah, not at all. You know. And they want to sit there and say bullshit like, oh, Alligator Alcatraz is a concentration camp. No, it's not. It's a holding unit for illegal aliens until they're deported. That's what it is. It's not a concentration camp, okay? They get fed, they get, they got all their necessities, okay? I'm sick of people blowing that out of proportion and being like, oh, these poor people, they're starving to death and they never get any sleep because the lights are always on and this and that. And stupid. Like, okay, first of all, why do you feel bad for them? They were here illegally. They shouldn't get any special treatment because they're not American citizens and they never were. Like, you know what I mean? And, like, I just don't get it. You know, because, I mean, the Republicans are so America first now, and then Democrats are all everyone else but America, first. Yeah, like, it just doesn't make sense, you know? They want to sit there and just for being patriotic, they want to call us, like, racist and Zionist and all this bullshit. But it's like, no, not really. We're just, normal people that want to see the president, do good with our country, which he is. I mean, it's been a little bit of a bumpy ride, but we're getting there, aren't we? Yeah, I mean, and we're solving problems that will, I mean, for generations to come, they'll be talking about this. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to go down in the history books as such a big thing. Like, I mean, the whole Venezuela thing, and now, like, I mean, the whole thing is just, I mean, it's incredible, and it keeps going, Trump doesn't stop, Pete Hegseth doesn't stop, Marco Rubio doesn't stop. J.D. Vance doesn't stop, They keep going. They keep going. And so, like, and I think that's what the Democrats hate the most, is that, like, we're actually moving on things. We're doing things, And Biden didn't do shit, And they know that, So, but either way, all these words are starting to lose meaning, and I think I would urge some of the Democrats to lay off on those words and maybe expand your vocabulary a little bit, Come up with some creative ones. I don't know. I mean, I can't think it up for you, but anyway, bye.